It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Kitchen Land USA, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey there, good morning to you. Just Ethan this morning. Sarah can't be with me, but she should be back tomorrow morning. Hope your week is going well, and here we are, finding ourselves on a Wednesday, so we're making progress on the week. Let's do some news. More than a week after at least 7 tornadoes, as well as straight-line winds of 90 miles per hour, knocked down trees and power lines, cleanup is still underway. And because of that, Springfield's Yard Waste Recycling Center is accepting storm debris drop-offs at no cost until further notice. So that's good news. More than 1,000 trees were knocked over across the area. So for bigger loads, if you have some in your yard, for bigger loads, you can utilize the Noble Hill Sanitary Landfill. And for smaller loads, take it over to the Yard Waste Recycling Center. Right now, at least, there are no plans for the city to pick up any kind of storm debris along curbs. A city councilman, though, is trying to change that. Brandon Jensen wants to take money from the city's rainy day fund to pay for debris pickup along curbs. Much of the area hit hard by high wind was a lower economic area, so people may not be able to afford to pay to have tree debris removed. Councilman Jensen said this was a citywide disaster that deserves a citywide response. So stay tuned on that. Man, my throat, sorry. Allergies. No one was hurt in a crash involving a school bus yesterday afternoon. Happened on the Kansas Expressway extension. 8 students were on board at the time. They were being taken home from school when the collision happened with a utility van. Police are currently investigating that crash. But again, nobody was hurt. That's good news. It's not exactly how the Springfield Police Department thought they would get some extra money, but it is what's happening. Springfield Police have 60 vacancies, 60 in the department, which means they are saving a lot of money on salaries. That's the bright side, I suppose. So now the police chief is talking with the city about maybe moving that to pay for some other things that they're not paying for salaries. Things like equipment upgrades, ammunition, weapons, a new drone, and wait for it, money for a new marketing campaign to recruit more officers. That would make sense. The department is seeking approval to reallocate almost $1 million, at least until they can get those vacancies filled. Just for reference, the police department usually has about 25 vacancies, but it has 60 right now. So a tough time to find officers. A long talked about project might actually be closer than ever to becoming reality. Talking about a new convention center in Springfield, right? You've heard that talked about. It has been part of the vision for a long time, but has not had any funding to pay for it ever. Now, though, it appears the state could help with that. The Senate budget proposals a $30 million earmark for Springfield to get matching funds to pay for a convention center. Feasibility study is currently underway to find out the best location if a new convention center is indeed to be built. That's another one we will stay tuned for because I think originally right next to the Expo Center, in fact, there's a door there that is supposed to connect to the convention center, and convention center never materialized, so it's just an empty lot right now, and there's a parking lot on the other side of it, parking garage, I think. Speaking of Springfield, Springfield has a new mayor pro tem. Heather Hardinger from General Council Seat A is the new mayor pro tem. The mayor pro tem serves as mayor when the mayor's not present. So the mayor's missing, and the mayor pro tem will be able to do that job. Hardinger won the role after a vote of the council this week. She takes over for Matt Simpson, who did not win re-election back in April. Another new Dollar General store is going to be built on Glenstone. It's not actually too far from where the old Price Cutter closed down there, you may recall. The city council voted to sell that piece of land to a company known for building Dollar General stores. Neighbors in that area say it will be helpful for them because many of them walked to the store, didn't have transportation, and there's been a vacancy since Price Cutter left, so that'll be a big help for them. No word on when that may open, but another Dollar General store is headed to Glenstone, North Glenstone. Throat, sorry. I'm trying. And then, we've told you about this, but not so fast. Not so fast. Today is the day that Real ID goes into effect. It is going into effect. So that means you will have to have a Real ID in order to travel on a commercial airline or go to a military base. But here's the but. For now, even if you do not have the necessary Real ID, you will still be able to fly. All right? They're not going to take that from you just yet. The head of Homeland Security said people without a Real ID may be diverted to a different line and have extra security steps to go through, but will be allowed to fly. So I was just talking with somebody, a couple of people. When was it? I guess yesterday. And about the Real ID. Oh, yeah, it's going into effect. Do you have it? No. I was like, why don't you have it? Well, I didn't think they'd actually do it. Well, all right. They said they were going to do it in 2008, and that's when they started this snowball effect of delaying. Every time there would be a deadline to get it, they'd say, "Oh, well, people aren't ready yet, so let's not do that." They're doing it now, but kind of not really. But I don't know. I don't know when it'll go into effect that you actually have to have a Real ID to fly, but I'm sure that'll be another deadline coming, right? Hey, this is graduation weekend in Springfield. Big weekend for a lot of people. Many of the graduations will happen on Missouri State's campus right there at Great Southern Bank Arena. Okay, Ozarks Tech will hold 2 graduation ceremonies tomorrow, 3 in the p.m., and then again at 6 in the p.m. That is Ozarks Tech. On Friday, Missouri State University will hold 3 graduation ceremonies there, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And then on Saturday, all 5 high schools from Springfield Public Schools District will hold separate graduations. They'll each have their own. Central at 9 in the a.m., Glendale at 11:30, Hillcrest at 2 p.m., Parkview at 4:30, and then Kickapoo will wrap it up at 7:30 on Saturday evening. So it is a busy time at the arena and a pretty exciting time for students and their parents and their families. So congratulations to all of them. A sandwich shop. We like to tell you about restaurants coming and going. A sandwich shop well known at Table Rock Lake is opening a new location, its second location. It will be in Republic. The Submarina, which is actually a fantastic name for a sub shop near a lake. I don't know how great it is in Republic, but nevertheless, they're not going to change the name. The Submarina is planning to open within the next week on Highway 60 in Republic, right near Life 360 Church, if you know where that is. It will have the same menu as the shop with the same name down in Shell Knob, which has been open for 3 years now. So a new sandwich shop opening in Republic very, very soon. Submarina. It'll be a sister shop to the one in Shell Knob. And starting tomorrow, it is a Nixa tradition, the citywide garage sale. It is tomorrow through Sunday, all throughout Nixa. And if you're wondering where, it's all over the place. You'll probably see several spots. But if you need help, the Nixa Chamber of Commerce has a map of all of the individual sales so you can go check them out over the weekend and know exactly where you're going. I imagine some of the garage sailors are like mapping it out. What's the best route? Where do I hit the ones that I want to hit? Because they probably remember from last year who has good stuff. They're into it. The Nixa Citywide Garage Sale starts tomorrow, and it goes through Sunday in Nixie. So there you go. All right, that is a look at the news on your Wednesday. And I hope you have a fantastic day, maybe church this evening, and then we'll be right back here on Thursday morning, and I hope to have my bride with me. So thank you for being with me, whether you watch, whether you listen. We're grateful to have you as part of the podcast family here at Around the Ozarks News. So be sure to stay tuned, tell your friends, and I'll see you tomorrow.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday. Thanks for starting it with me here at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. We have temperatures starting out in the mid-50s this morning, and if you look at the radar, there's a little bit of rain out there as of 5 a.m., but I expect the radar will be full of rain showers somewhere in the Ozarks pretty much all day long. From this morning through this afternoon, through this evening, overnight tonight, there's going to be rain back in the forecast. Now, it's not going to be an all-day washout everywhere in the Ozarks, but we have an opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms at some point in the Ozarks at all hours today. So bring the rain gear with you, prepare for that. Also, these rain showers and low cloud cover going to limit our temperatures today, and I'm looking at high temperatures only in the middle 60s. It's a better chance for rain today than what we saw yesterday on Tuesday, in large part a dry day for many folks in the Ozarks, with the exception of the far southwestern counties. Today, it's going to be areas along and north of I-44 that have the best chance for seeing some scattered showers, some thunderstorms this morning, and then that chance will expand to the rest of the Ozarks as we head through the course of the day today. Now, no severe weather included in this. That's the good news, but there might be some heavy downpours at times, occasional thunder and lightning, but for most, this is just going to be scattered showers in the forecast, and they'll become more widely scattered in the afternoon and evening hours. Additional chances for rain exist in the forecast today, tonight, tomorrow night, all the way into early Friday morning. I think most of the rainfall, though, the bulk of the rain is going to fall between now and Friday, and there will be spots that do see an isolated close to 2 inches of additional rainfall, but I think the vast majority of us get another additional half inch to inch of rainfall in the forecast. It's going to be places that are in our western counties that have the better chance of seeing 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. Rain chances are increasing, and the best chances will be in the southeastern Kansas and southwestern Missouri region. No flooding, no severe weather expected, but there will be localized pockets of some heavier downpour, so we'll have to watch for some ponding on the roadways and things like that. It looks unsettled as we head through the midweek and into the end of the week as well, but I have great news. The weekend forecast consistently looking really nice in the forecast. That means highs in the 70s each day with lows nice and cool back into the mid 40s. A day-by-day look at the temperatures here shows you that numbers are going to stay in the 60s for highs today. I have 65 in Springfield. We may get back to 70 on Thursday with occasional dry time in the afternoon. And then I think everybody's in the low to mid 70s by Friday. We're all in the upper 70s by the time Friday rolls around. We'll be ready for the nice weather of the weekend by the time that gets here. Speaking of wild weather, it's active across much of the country. There is cooler, well below average temperatures across much of the interior west and central and southern plains. Upper Midwest, well, it remains above average. Heavy snowfall is also in the forecast today for parts of the Rockies. So yes, it's active across the country. I told you yesterday about that unusual pattern setting up across the country. It's called an omega block, and it means that a lot of us getting some junky weather for early May. All right, here's a look at the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday. What is the approximate surface temperature of the sun in Fahrenheit? And the options that I gave you were A, 6,332, B, 9,932, C, 13,532, or D, 18,032. Well, all of these are hot. All of them are way too hot. But if you guessed B, that is the closest answer, 9,932 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's just call it an even 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, won't we? The temperature at the very center of the sun is significantly higher than that, but the surface of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So now you know, if you're ever asked a trivia question again, about 10,000 degrees. Congrats if B was your answer. Here's the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow, sticking with our sun theme here. What is the name of the region of the sun that we see from Earth? Do you think it's A, the halo, B, the surface, C, the photosphere, or D, the troposphere? you can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. Grab the rain gear on your way out the door. You're going to need it at some point today. We'll hold on to some scattered showers and thunderstorms all the way through Thursday night. Sunshine will greet us again by Friday. Have a great one. We'll chat again tomorrow.